Hey guys, it's Brick Hard Meat here from the Galaxyofbeeroes podcast, live stream, whatever you want to call it. Here with a video. What I'm doing is I'm trying to give you guys an entire GAC experience. So I'm going to show you the defensive setting phase and kind of my methodology behind it and the decisions I make. And then I'm going to show you what my opponent ended up setting and show you the attack phase. And then I'm going to show you the result. So opposed to showing you one particular phase of a GAC round, I want to give you a quick glance at the entire process, or at least how I plan. So I'm going to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, and let's get into it. So just for reference, I'm in Division 2. This is my main account, Brick Hard Meat, and I am 3.9 million GP. Just got into Division 2. So this is my first season in Division 2. So it's interesting seeing the difference in rosters. So far, people have had much more developed rosters than in Division 3, and I'm having to get a little creative with how I approach my defensive setting and my attack strategies. So so far, I am 1-0 in this round, and my next opponent is Saul Starseeker, or Saul Starseeker. I don't know how you say it. They're a tank tamer, so look out. Looked at their inventory real quick, and what I do is I have a spreadsheet that I input all of my characters, or all of my opponents' main characters, so their main teams that are either relicked or have Gear 12 that I should be concerned about. My opponent doesn't have a ton of relic characters, but they do have a deep bench, so lots of Gear 12 characters, as you can see here. So looking at their history, I've looked at the main teams that they have, so I guess I'll just run through those quickly. So they have, obviously, a Malik team that they, Malik with Darth Revan, Jedi Knight Revan, have a pretty strong Padme team as well. And then they have some OK Night Sisters, an Empire team, pretty solid. They don't have a great Traya. Their Traya is only Gear 11. And that's basically it. The rest of the stuff I'm not too concerned about. So those are the main teams. Now what I do first is I go into their in-game profile and look at their statistics for GAC. So I'm looking at it here, and what this tells me is the offensive battles won 583. They have a high number of defends in comparison to that number. So, almost, nearly 40%. I could probably do the math, but I'm not a brick hard math expert, so I'm not going to do that. But, probably north of 40% defends to their offensive battles won. So that tells me that they go pretty heavy on defense. And when I pulled up their .gg, Star Wars SWGOH.gg account, that proved to be evident. So my opponent, what they like to do, their tendency is to set their Padme team on defense and their Darth Revan team on defense. They don't use this arena comp you can see here. They use a full Sith Empire team with like a Gear 10 or 11 Sith Trooper in place of GBA. And then they, instead of Thrawn, they bring in, who do they bring in? HK-47. So I'm not too concerned about that team. That is where they historically get their wins. People can't beat their Darth Revan team because looking at my profile, I have gas. So only Gear 11, 6-star, but I should be able to take out their Empire team, Sith Empire team, no problem. So I'll just show you kind of how I set my defenses. So again, my opponent goes heavy defense. Based on their .gg history, they're putting Darth Revan on defense on probably the top zone or bottom, and Padme on defense. So those are two tough teams on defense for most characters or most players around this GP level to counter, because a lot of times you use the same counter to counter those teams. So it's smart because if he's smart, I think he is. I think he splits up those two teams. He puts either one on top, one on bottom, and has the opponent try to make some tough decisions to get through those teams. So by doing that, he's effectively taken two of his best teams, two of his three best teams, and put them on defense and kind of saved not a ton for offense. So I'm fighting fire with fire, and I'm going heavy-ass defense as well. So on the bottom here, I put Grievous and Night Sisters because offensively, if my opponent is predictable, and I believe he will be because he historically has been pretty consistent with their offense and defensive strategies, they're not saving a ton for offense. It looks like they basically saved Jedi Knight Revan for offense and an Empire team, CLS, and both the Empire and CLS teams aren't super relic. I think they're mostly Gear 12, and that's it on defense or on offense. So what I did here is by setting Grievous, he's going to probably use his CLS team, which is Gear 12, and I don't think that's going to cut it against this team. His only other counter is Jedi Knight Revan, and he could use Jedi Knight Revan here, but then he's going to have problems up top because I've got my boy Darth Revan up here. Since I don't have Malak yet, I threw in GBA, which is a pretty solid tank in place of that, in place of Malak. I just think he's going to have fits with my defense. And against his, like I said, I still have a lot of weapons. I still will have gas, and I still have my strong Padme team. So I think I can Padme on Padme counter. I can use my gas against his Darth Revan, and the rest I have plenty. I'll still have plenty of gas in the tank to finish out his defense. And I'm not worried about ships. He has a negotiator, but if I remember, it's not a very high. Yeah, it's a 5-star negotiator, and I have malevolence, so that'll be a walk in the park, knock on wood. So we'll come back here in a little while once the attack phase begins in 7 hours and 51 minutes and see how well I was able to predict my opponent's defense and attacking strategies. All right, guys, so we are back here in the attack phase, and I was able to predict my opponent's defenses perfectly, actually. This is exactly what I expected to see. I did expect them to split up the Darth Revan and Padme between the top and bottom, but regardless, it should be a pretty, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start with the Darth Revan. I'm going to use my gas team against it. I like to start on the bottom, see what happens. If I can break through, see what's going on behind the back zones. So okay, I like to try and get Bastila out of here as soon as possible. Okay. She's down. Let's get Revan down. Okay. Okay, HK is down. Nice. Crappy banners, 50 banners, but he's down. All right. And gonna go for Padme here. Now, another reason I'm attacking now opposed to waiting is anything I do is, I don't think, gonna impact what my opponent does. He saved himself very little teams for offense, so he doesn't have a whole lot of options. You know, he has to be absolutely perfect, and even then I don't know how well that's going to pan out for him. So yeah, let's wait to use the big hit here till we get some Stacks of courage going on Anakin. Yeah, let's get offense up off of you. I want to get Anakin out here as soon as possible. Oof. Did not expect Ahsoka to go down like that. See if we can do something big here. No. He's gonna have a turn soon, so actually, let's stun Padme. Oof. Dropping like flies, and I'm not liking this. Man. Okay. Okay, Anakin is down. The attack always hits. Let's get GK out of here. Okay. Man. That mirror match is not pretty. Either way, I got him down. So that's what I needed to do. Now back here, wow, Jawas. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go for the back here. I'm going to get rid of these Jawas. I'm going to try and trooper them. Imperial troopers are significantly less geared, but they can do pretty well. I'm going to try and get Elder out here quickly. Perfect. Let's get you out of here, Wicket. Nice to know you. All right. Man, I love the troopers so much. I can't bring myself to gear them up anymore, though. I don't know. Maybe one day. They're honestly one of my favorite squads, but 60 banners, all right. So I feel like these Jawas could be annoying. I'm going to work on the top here, though. So I've got bugs. I'm going to use my new Sith trio team here against them. In place of him, I'm going to use yeah, I'll use Vader, I guess. Yeah, we'll roll with this. Oh, shoot, I messed up. I attacked the same... Whoops. Oh, that's how you don't use Merciless Massacre. Okay, that's alright, that's alright. Let them kill themselves. Yeesh. This is going to hell in a handbasket here, isn't it? Okay, this is not good. Can we kill GBA here? Please give him a turn. Give my man a turn. Oh no, this is not good. Okay. Well, they have like no health, so that's good. So I still have CLS I can use. Still have EP. Alright, I'm going to come back to that team. Get these Night Sisters out of here. I like this First Order team with Watt for Night Sisters. It's a great counter. Use Watt to give the tank tech crew. My buddy Zareth from the Gambit podcast. I learned this from him. And you give the weapons tech to Fox. And now anytime he kills a Night Sister other than zombie, they will not come back. Let's stun zombie. See, she's gone. No coming back for you. That's a beautiful sight. Yeah, let's stun Talzin. Miss. Can use a freaking accuracy arrow on Fox. Come on. Okay. Start working on this massage here. I don't know. $60 banners, all right. So First Order, I do still have, still have JTR. I can throw him in there. Yeah, let's roll with this. Let's work on getting Fox out of here. He's the threat. Didn't even get a turn. Typically work on whichever miscellaneous pilot they have. They're generally pretty squishy. I don't want resistance pilot or resistance trooper to die, so give him a little health. Though he probably will die. He dies pretty quickly. All right. Let's nuke some fools. Oh. Very nice. Alright, so now I'm just trying to regen banners at this point. So I'm just going to toy with crew here. That was a little too hard, whatever. Okay, 59. Probably could have wasted a little more time, stalled out a little more, but... Alright, so I do have CLS, so I'm going to two-shot it with CLS, I think, I hope. What other rebels do I have? I could throw Nest in here, why not? Akbar. Maybe I have Stormtrooper Tom. No, I have Stormtrooper Han, so we'll see how this does. If I could just blast GBA into next week, that would be sick. I don't know, man. Nice. Okay, wasn't pretty, but I did get through their defenses. Oh, sorry. Spoke too soon. I got these Jawas to deal with. Maybe I just go in with Palp. Yeah, sure. It's the worst that could happen. Famous last words. Who is it? Engineer that puts bombs on people? Just talking to myself now. I always forget what this does. Alright, I gotta shock people. I gotta attack him. Can't even shock a frickin'... Alright, 63 banner. Level 70 Jawa. Disgrace. Alright. It's got a negotiator, no big deal. I have malevolence. So I'm not going to get cocky. You don't need to try to get cute here. I'll leave one reinforcement off. Let's do it. Do it. That's a Star Wars reference, if that wasn't obvious. Alright, so I'm getting Edit 2 out of here. It's my number one priority. Houndstooth will cause a ruckus, as per usual. Yeah, we'll do this. And he gone. All right. Just down to these few ships. Yeah, we'll just call another vulture droid. Blast through their face. Even though this is a 6-star malevolence, I mean, I'm obviously overgear him because that's only a 5-star negotiator, but I'm so used to fighting max negotiators on my arena climbs, so it's nice that that's the bar for me. So okay, 1889. Again, not pretty, but I got the clear. I don't like their chances in a clear against my defense. Not so much this zone. I think they could break through this one potentially, but my Night Sisters and Gravis, I believe, are going to make my opponent feel the pain, hopefully. And they have to go against a mirror match with home one, and I have a halfway decent home one fleet, so we'll see. We'll come back in 20 hours or less, potentially, and see what they did. Well, guys, unfortunately, I hate for this to be an anticlimactic first go-around with this, but my opponent did not attack. I like to think that they were intimidated by my full clear and were scared to attack. I don't have any evidence to suggest otherwise. But yeah, sorry this wasn't more interesting. I guess I still did learn some things about myself in this, or about my teams in this round. Despite not having an attack for my opponent, I did learn the limitations of my geos. You know, they didn't hold up against my Treya, I should say, did not hold up against geos as I expected. Gear 12 geos anyway, so I had to attempt that. So next time I won't botch Merciless Massacre like I did. And the other thing I learned is that in step with the geo counter, now having Treya and Sith to use, opposed to my previous counter, which was Darth Revan, which was overkill, or my Night Sisters, which also was overkill. I was able to put both of those teams, both of my geo counters, on defense. So that really gives me flexibility with my roster and can help me beef up my defense and not detract from my offense as much. But I think I'll probably do this again soon. Let me know what you guys think, if this is interesting, or anything you would change, or hopefully somebody got some enjoyment out of this. But thanks for watching, and we'll be back at it with some more content for you guys soon. Thanks.